Team of the Year is just around the corner in Madden 23. It is dropping on March 9th. That is the upcoming Thursday. And unlike normal content drops in Madden, there's actually a lot of stuff we can do to prepare and make some coins off it. Taking it back to some previous Maddens to see how the Team of the Year content did go about. Now, last year they were 96 overalls. We're expecting them to be 98 overalls this year, but the sets required a mix of 88 overalls through 93 overalls for the sets of any player you wanted. They also did have a reroll that cost 42,000 training for a random offensive or defensive player. Same thing in Madden 21, as it required a mixture of 84 overalls through 92 overalls for the set players if you wanted to go that alley. The other direction you could go with, and this was pretty typical for Team of the Year content going years even past this, was there was a reroll this year. And shout out up and Adam, this is the only picture I could find of these Team of the Year rerolls for 39,000 training that year. And with the training rerolls that we did show back in Madden 22, of course, there was a training rise. This was Buffalo K screenshot on Twitter. Shout out the whole One Step Ahead crew in this video. But if you take a look at Monday, the 24th, that was in January last year, a 94 would average going from around 85 to 95K. And then just the day later, it was a Tuesday release, all the way up to 120 to 130K from 5 training per, all the way up to 7. So a pretty significant rise on not only the pieces in the sets, but also in training. But that is your little history guide when it comes to Team of the Year in previous months. Don't expect too much to change, as it's going to be the same content drop, at least. And what can EA really do to change it? You're getting a highest overall player at every single position, so don't expect anything to drastically change when it comes to the rerolls or the sets. So taking all that information, what can we do inside of Madden 23 to prepare for Team of the Year? And I'm going to try to explain this in the simplest way possible. The 3 things, right? I would say, what are we buying, when are we buying it, and what price are we buying it for? To start off with the what we are buying, it's simply going to be we're trying to buy set pieces as well as training, as we want a dual investment that is really insured on both ends, because you really never know what EA can do. If we invest in training, for example, and there's no Team of the Year rerolls, well, there will always be the set pieces, and vice versa. If there is no sets for any of the Team of the Year cards, well, there most likely will be a Team of the Year reroll, and our training investments will hit on that. So how do we do that, right? Well, we're going to be trying to buy cards, I would say 88 overall through 94 overall for training this card, as they will not only be a training investment, they will also be a Team of the Year set investment. To take things a step further on that, we used this for the team builder investing just this past week, but EA throughout this entire year has gone for more of the even overalls when it comes to the block set requirements. What I mean by that is, instead of it being an 83, 84 overall requirement, where the 83 overall card is the one that most people are going to use, they have done this year where it goes through even overall. So it'd be 80 to 81s and 82 to 83s, 84s to 85s, and all the way up, of course. So people are more likely going to use the lower overall number, and that is the even overall when it comes to this year. So back to the overalls, I'm more thinking like 88 overalls through 95 or 94 overalls. Remember, these are 98 overall cards. So while last year we only used, I think, up to 92 overall cards, they were 96s. So we got to plan for a little bit more. The bulk of my investments is probably going to be 90 overalls, 92 overalls, and 94 overalls, but I will mix in some odd overalls because I don't want to be completely burned if I go all out on evens. I would say I'm going 65% even numbers, 35% odd numbers. The timing of these investments is a little bit tricky because you can start buying. Now, you guys are watching this on Saturday. I'm recording this Friday night. You guys can start making these overall investments on Saturday, but we are always trying to buy at the cheapest training rate. And TVPs, when they have been removed from the game in past months in this Madden, typically what happens is every single day removed from the TVP being removed, training tends to go down. So Saturday will be cheaper than Friday, Sunday will be cheaper than Saturday, Monday cheaper than Sunday, and so on. So training as a whole, I'm wanting to look to target to buy a majority of it, I would say Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday leading up to that Thursday release. But the last bit of information we need to go over is the price. What am I trying to pay across the board, training value wise, for each of these overalls? And I'll throw a training spreadsheet up on the screen from around 1 per to 2 per, so you guys understand what I'm talking about when I mean if I'm paying 2 per at a 90 overall, that is 20,000 coins. That is a training ratio we were trying to pay, and of course you're going to want to spread it across all overalls. Now, when I say this, I want to buy for 1.5 per or less, but the problem is once we get down to Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming days, I really don't have a choice on if I can pay for 1.5. Like, whatever the price is on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, that is what I'm paying. So, well, I say I want to buy for 1.5 per, and if 1.5 per becomes available on all the overalls today, Saturday, then I guess I will start buying. But It's really just, it's more about the day we're buying than the actual price. Whatever the prices are on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that is what I'm going to be paying for on all the overalls we're buying. Hopefully this video was easy to understand. We can briefly go through the 3 things. Remember, 88 overalls really through 95 overalls. Main investments are going to be 90s, 92s, and 94s. I like those probably the best. And we saw, it's a perfect example because we saw what happened in 90 overalls and 86 overalls this past week with Team Builders 3. You can only imagine what 98 overall sets are going to make those certain overall scope and price. Big, huge opportunities to make a lot of coins. There's not going to be many opportunities like this going forward the rest of the year because as training gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, that margin of profit is going to get less and less and less, especially if they don't bring back TVPs as often as they have been the past few months. But that's all for this video. Comment if you have any questions, like if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, peace.